Islamophobia and violence against Muslims are pervasive and deeply ingrained in Canadian society, according to a Senate committee. Muslim women who wear hijabs, particularly black Muslim women, are the most vulnerable, and fighting Islamophobia in various public settings is challenging, according to the Committee on Human Rights. The Islamic Social Association organized a 2-day training workshop to raise awareness of Islamophobia in Winnipeg.
As you know, Islamophobia has been on the rise. We have seen so many incidences of violence, of killings, of harassment, especially our girls and our women who are visibly Muslim. And it's a phenomenon that's across Canada. So this is one way, a training that we will not only give our youth some history about where discrimination, what hate is, how does it impact, what is racism, what is religious bigotry, to give them a context to then understand what is happening under Islamophobia and how to address it, as well as how to build resilience against it, because it impacts us at a very personal level. So these will be a series of trainings. We have already done these across Canada, and now we are focusing on Winnipeg to start developing that. So just to know that hate is almost in our DNA in Canada, and that Islamophobia is just a new manifestation of an old hate. So just give them the right tools. So we have a de-escalation training. Mitch is coming in, he's an expert in this. So if you're faced with a situation, whether it is on the bus stop, because more and more I'm hearing about cases from Muslim girls when they're taking a bus to school or to work. On campuses, we are seeing a lot of harassment. So the whole idea is to build that capacity, and I'm hoping the people taking it's a small group, so we can have intense conversations, that they will then take it back to their peers, and the information gets spread out.
Many Muslims in Winnipeg continually fear being targeted, especially if they have experienced, witnessed, or lost a loved one to violence in the past.
As a woman who works, as a career woman who actually works, I feel like it's very important to do a self-introspection, to understand what racism means, identify my own biases, and also try to improve. For me, it's a process of learning, unlearning, and relearning, because what you know could actually be wrong. And so I felt it's good to be here to learn for my own sake and also for the people I work with. The challenges I face as a Muslim woman in Winnipeg would be the same as the challenges I face anywhere in the world. Winnipeg is a very friendly and welcoming place, but what I notice is sometimes when you step into a place, you look different from others, and you're very conscious about the fact that you're different, and actually you look very different. And so there's always the constant need to assert yourself in whichever space you find yourself in. And being a woman shouldn't be a challenge. It should actually be an extra bonus wherever you find yourself. So my advice for Muslim women in Winnipeg and everywhere else in Canada is don't throw away your values and your religion for anything, any position, don't ever abandon your hijab, even if that's something that you think might move you forward, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is actually with you in everything you do. So remain positive, remain firm and steadfast, and I believe everything will work out, inshallah.
Police reported hate crimes against Muslims surged by 71% between 2020 and 2021. Looking at census data, the crime rate was 8 incidents per 100,000 Muslim population members.
We are here to know a little bit about Islamophobia, historical things about Islamophobia, how we can deal about Islamophobia. I think this is good opportunities to share knowledge, take information from the senior people like Auntie Shayna Siddiqui. To know how to deal about Islamophobia, it's it's important things for us like Islam Muslims in North America to dealing with the violence, with racism, and to see how that impacts us. And it's good to know about future things, to dealing with when you will have children, how would you dealing with in public schools or other stuff community. So I think it's a good opportunities to be here this day, and I appreciate their effort for everything. Thank you so much.
Muslims in Winnipeg feel that attacks against Muslims often appear out on the streets and appear more violent than those targeting other religious groups.
The men and women who are attending this session are not just going to learn about what Muslims can do for themselves, but also what they can do for others. So we need to make a collaborative effort, because there are as many hate crimes against the black people or the LGBTQ2 community or Asian community. That's, after COVID, that was a big backlash against them. So we want to first, we are Canadians, we look at it as a collective. The second is make friends, reach out to people, your neighbors. So for example, next month we are having an open house at the Winnipeg Central Mosque, where we are inviting the public to come in and learn about Islam and Muslims, share tea and snacks, and then talk about Islamophobia. Many people don't know what Islamophobia is. It is not you disagreeing with whether I should wear this or not, but it is about knowing what we believe and why we do what we do. Because we all stop at the what. Oh, she's wearing this, so she must be oppressed, repressed, depressed, or suppressed. Well, we are not. So having those conversations, because when you don't have knowledge and information, that is when hate is nurtured and fear is nurtured. So people have been made fearful about Islam and Muslim very strategically. How do we unpack it? How do we reach out? Because majority of Canadians are not racist or Islamophobes.
Nonprofit organizations in Winnipeg use these training courses to help establish awareness in Islamic communities so individuals know how to act when confronted with any violence in the future. This episode was written and produced by Zuher Almusre. With you Multicultural, I'm Ryan Funk.